Hi people, this is Vinutna Sai Kinra from Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sri City, batch 2020. So I'm in front of you to take a guest lecture for this course called Information Retrieval under the faculty Venkatesh Vinayakarao sir. In this session, I'll be talking about query understanding and specifically about phonetic correction. So let's go ahead and understand where the problem arises and why we want to use phonetic correction. Consider this picture. This picture is a simple menu card with many special items, as you can see. Firstly, our eyes go into this big heading that is Aaj Menu. Here the person actually wanted to write menu, but he has written menu, M-E-E-N-U. And if we go ahead and check the other items on the list, the first one that we look at is whiskey, W-I-S-K-E-E. And further ahead, there is one special spelling, that is child beer. Is there something called as child beer? No, right? What he or she wanted to write was chilled beer, CHILLED, and beer. And even in the place of WISKEE, the actual spelling should have been WHISKKY, right? But why is this happening? Either the person might not have right knowledge of English spellings, so that is why he has written all these wrong spellings. But it's still somewhere similar, right? Where is the similarity coming from? The similarity is of the pronunciation, the sound of the word. WISKEE is also whiskey, and WHISKY is also whiskey, right? Both of them sound the same, but the spellings are different, and this spelling is wrong. So what people generally do is, if they either forget the spelling or if they don't know the spelling at all, they actually take the reference of the sound that they know of that particular word and try to convert it into similarly sounding word with all the knowledge that they have, all the understanding that they have of English language. So this is the basic problem. That is why we are going to go ahead and check what is phonetic correction and what does it do to avoid this mistake. First of all, what is a phonetic? Phonetic basically describes the sound of a word in a language. It's just the sound of a word. It is represented using some special characters that are present in the International Phonetic Alphabet. This is a standard that gives you set of rules to give the phonetic representation of a word. So here, this as shown in the slide is the phonetic representation of the word phonetic itself. Now coming to the phonetic correction. What was the main problem over there? Misspellings that arise because the user types a query that sounds like the target term, right? So there are spelling mistakes that are occurring due to the difference in the spellings but similarity in the sounds. So that is the main thing that is producing the error, the misspellings. So what is the idea over here? The main idea here is to generate for each term a phonetic hash so that the similarly sounding terms hash to the same value. So what exactly is a hash function? Hash function is basically a one-way function for which if we give a particular input, it generates an output that is unique to that particular input, and none of the other inputs will generate that particular output that the hash function gives. So in a similar way, the idea which we are using over here is, let's say we have two different spellings of one word. Let's consider the same example as whiskey. Actual spelling is Whiskey, right? But let's also consider this spelling Wiskee. So let's suppose there is this function which generates this phonetic hash. What it should do is it should take the similarly sounding words and give out the same hash value. So that is a basic motto. Algorithms for such phonetic hashing are commonly collectively known as Soundex algorithms. Soundex because these algorithms involve the sound of a particular character. Now let's check what is a standard Soundex algorithm. So this Soundex algorithm is basically used by MySQL to do the Soundex search. So what does it contain? There are these 5 steps that generally are followed to create a phonetic hash for a particular term. So first step is retain the first character. The second step, convert each character to the digit, and blah 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 blah. Firstly, before going through all these steps, let's understand what is this table. Okay, so in the second point, what is given is convert each character to digit using the rules in the table. So there is a disclaimer over here. Any character that is not present in the table are just omitted from that particular term. So if a term consists whiskey 1 2 3, the 1 2 3 are just omitted and just WHISKY is only considered. Whatever the alphabets are there are considered. So let's go ahead and see what are these alphabets in categories. So basically all the 26 alphabets are categorized into 7 categories. So the first category consists of all the vowels and special characters like H, W and Y. Y is sometimes also used as a vowel. So all these are categorized and should be replaced by the digit 0 when we go ahead in the Soundex algorithm. The next category, B, F, P, V. So these are called labials. What are labials? The characters whose sounds are produced using the movement of your lips. So B, F, P, V. So these include the movement of your lips to produce a sound. Coming to the next category, it's C, G, J, K, Q, S, X and Z. These include gutturals and sibilants. Gutturals are basically the sounds that are produced using your throat, and sibilants are the sounds which have this hissing effect. So if we consider S, X, Z, all these have this element of hissing in the sound, right? So this is another category. And then coming to D and T, these are called as dental sounds. What are dental sounds? These are the sounds produced using the tip of your tongue, right? D, T. Next, coming to L. L is long liquid. Long liquid means the sounds that are produced by large interaction with the tongue. And then coming to M, N. M, N are nasal sounds, basically produced using your nose. And then coming to R, R is described as short liquid. Short liquid basically means a short interaction with your tongue. The sound that is produced with short interaction of your tongue. So this is basically how all the alphabets are categorized on the basis of the way they are pronounced, the way their sounds are produced. Here I give you a few examples. Let's consider this category which consists of C, G, gutturals and sibilants, right? C, G, J, K, Q, S, X, Z. If we consider these 4 words over here, E, X, A, M, P, L, E, example, example, example and example. all these almost sound the same. But look at the spellings over here. It's Example. But here in the place of X, what have they written? G and S. And also KS over here. And CZ also. So if you see, X is in this group, G and S are also in this group, KS are also in this group, CZ are also in this group. So you can now see if something needs to be like similarly pronounced, there are these interlinked characters that should belong to this particular category. So in this way you could like recognize and remember like how these characters are categorized into these categories. So there are a few examples, you can check it out. Now coming to an example, let's work it out, let's solve with an example. So here we are implementing the SoundX algorithm. Let the term be Chennai, Chenai. So these are the steps. Firstly, what's the first step? Retain the first character. What is the first character in Chennai? C, right? So what we do is we retain this character. We just put it like that without changing it. And convert each character to the digit using the rules of the table. Here we were told which all characters are to be replaced by which digits, right? So all the vowels A, E, I, O, U, H, W, Y are replaced by 0, and there was N and N in Chennai that will be replaced by 5. So if we replace all the other characters, just leaving the first character, there will be 0, 0, 5, 5, 0, 0. What's the next step? Going to the second step. Repeatedly remove one out of each pair of consecutive identical digits. Here, if we consider this example, 0, 0 is a pair of consecutive identical digits. 5, 5 also is a pair of consecutive identical digits. And again, 0 and 0 is also a pair of consecutive identical digits, right? So what we want to do is, how many ever consecutive identical digits are there, we just want to retain the first character of all the repetitions and omit all the other repetitions. So what we do is, among the 0, 0, we just take the first character and put it over here and omit the rest. Similarly, for 5, we take 1, 5, and the other zeros, we take 1, 0. So at the end of step 2, what we have is C0, 5, 0. If we go to step 3 now, what is it telling us? Remove all the zeros. So 0 is removed, this 0 is removed. Now what we are left with is C5. So generally the SoundX algorithm produces a 4-character hash code. Here we only have 2 characters, right? So what step 4 says is, if the number of integers is less than 3, add trailing zeros. How many in C5? There is only one integer, that is 5, right? So to get a 4-digit phonetic hash, we should be adding trailing zeros after 5, as shown over here. And then finally, let it be anything. Finally, what we want to do is, we just retain the first 4 characters and return that particular 4 characters. So that C500 is our final phonetic hash for Chennai, Chenai. So this would give a example and insights of how to work out the SoundX algorithm on a particular term and get a phonetic hash. So next, now since we have the idea of how a phonetic hash is derived from that particular Soundex algorithm, how do we put it in use in an actual search engine? Let's go ahead and check. So there are four steps that tell us how to do this. Let's go with the first step. Turn every term to be indexed into a 4-character reduced form. So we have this collection with us with n number of terms and the documents linked to them, right? So there are various number of terms with us. So what we do is we take each term in that particular collection that we have and derive the phonetic hash for each and every term. After deriving phonetic hash for each and every term, what we do is we build an inverted index from these reduced forms to the original terms. Call this the Soundex index. So basically, let's suppose if we have Chennai, Chennai in our dictionary or in our collection, what we do is we create the phonetic hash for Chennai and we create such inverted index. Inverted index is basically the phonetic hash of Chennai should point to the term itself, that is Chennai. So it's not Chennai pointing to the phonetic hash, but the phonetic hash itself pointing to Chennai. So that is why it's not a normal thing, right? It's an inversion. So that is why it's called as an inverted index, where phonetic hash matches or points that particular term that has created it. Now we have this collection with us, collection of all the phonetic hashes of all the terms that we had in our collection. So basically that is already stored somewhere, right? Now coming to the search engine part. So in the search box, when the user types in a query, right? So let's suppose the user types in this query, CHENAI. What we now do is we calculate the phonetic hash of that particular query term. Okay. Next, what do we do is when the query calls for a Soundex match, search this Soundex index. So we have this phonetic hash of the query term with us. What we'll do is if there is a Soundex match that is called, we'll just search for this particular phonetic hash C500 in the collection of all the phonetic hashes that we had. So voila, we find this C500 in our collection, and then this is pointed to CHENNAI. So from this is the term that we actually wanted. So there are few documents that might be linked to this particular term. We finally retrieve all those documents that Chennai is linked to in the result. So that is how the scheme of the Soundex algorithm works in a search engine. So this is what is the whole process of phonetic correction over here. Let's test your understanding. Just try to think about how to solve these two questions. Find two differently spelled proper nouns whose Soundex codes are the same. Find two phonetically similar proper nouns whose Soundex codes are different. Just try to work them out so that you will explore more in this area. I've also given these links to explore. This link tells you how to use Soundex search in MySQL. So basically, MySQL has this particular function called Soundex, which takes in a string and gives out the phonetic hash for that particular string. So let's consider this example, what is present over here. It says select star from people where Soundex of the last name is equal to Soundex of Williams. What does this mean? The user actually wants to find all the people whose last name sounds similar to the sound of Williams, right? So basically what this does is it finds the soundex of all the people's last names, and it just compares with the soundex phonetic hash of the Williams. So whichever matches, whoever equates to each other, all those people are resulted. So this is how the soundex search is working in MySQL. So yeah, now we come to the end of the session. Hope you guys learned something from the session. Thank you so much, guys.